Now, can we put this nonsense to rest? Anyone reading Genesis 24 can see she was a mature maiden, emotionally, psychologically, physically mature, because she's performing duties that no three-year-old can do. Now I'm going to give you proof from Genesis 24. She's one amazing 3-year-old. She is stronger than Samson, stronger than Aisha, because I'm going to show you what this 3-year-old was able to do. Are you ready? Tell me how many 3-year-olds you know that do this. Here, right here. Just read your Bible, brothers and sisters. Just read your Bible. What are you going to learn in these sessions? Know your Bible, know context. Know the verses before and after, chapters before and after. Now pay attention. Watch. Genesis 24, 10 to 67. Let's read. Here you go. Eliezer is sent by Abraham to Abraham's father's family to get Isaac a wife. So he comes. Then the servant, Eliezer, took 10 of his master's camels and departed, taking all sorts of choice gifts from his master. And he arose, went to Mesopotamia, to the city of Nahor. And he made the camels kneel down outside the city by the well of water at the time of evening, the time when women go out to draw water. Who? Women, not little girls. Behold, I'm standing by the spring of water, and the daughters of men of the city are coming out to draw water. Let the maiden, so here's a test. God, who do you want Isaac to marry? Here's the test. The one you have for Isaac, let her do this. What's the test? Let the maiden to whom I shall say, pray, let down your jar that I may drink, and who shall say, drink, and I will water your camels. Let her be the one whom thou hast appointed for thy servant Isaac. By this I shall know that thou hast shown steadfast love to my master. Now watch. What an amazing 3-year-old, dude. She had more muscles than Arnold Schwarzenegger. She was more powerful than Samson. So here comes the 3-year-old. Focus, guys. Here comes the 3-year-old. Before he had done speaking, behold, Rebekah, who was born to Bethuel, the son of Milcah, the wife of Nahor, Abraham's brother, came out with her water jar upon her shoulder. Damn! That's one strong 3-year-old to carry a water jar and fill it with water and put the water jar on her shoulder and take it back, walking that distance. Man, that's one powerful 3-year-old. Damn! Woo! That's one amazing 3-year-old, man. Okay, now watch the test. The maiden was very fair to look upon, a virgin whom no man had known. She went down to the spring and filled her jar and came up. So she filled up the water jar, put it on her shoulder. She's a 3-year-old. She probably had a doll in her other hand because she had muscles on top of muscles. Then the servant ran to meet her and said, pray, give me a little water to drink from your jar. She said, drink, my lord. And she quickly let down her jar upon her hand. So 3-year-old takes the jar, puts it down. When she had finished giving him a drink, she said, I will draw for your camels also until they have done drinking. So here goes the 3-year-old, said, hey, you got camels, right? And each camel needs gallons of water. So I am 3 years old, but I am Supergirl. I put Superman to shame and Samson. I'm going to go and keep filling the water jar with water to fully satisfy not one camel, but a bunch of camels that need gallons of water to be satisfied because I'm Supergirl. And she, this 3-year-old, while this grown man Eliezer is going to sit back and let a 3-year-old go back and forth getting water to satisfy camels. The man gazed at her in silence. You know why he gazed at her in silence, guys? Because he's shocked. Like, damn, what a mighty 3-year-old. This is Powerpuff Girls, Supergirl. Hey, you 3-year-old, come here. You can go back and forth and fill up your jar with water to give to my camels, which takes at least 20 gallons to 30 gallons to satisfy one camel. You can do that? Damn, girl. Any other 3-year-olds that strong? Can you even like press me over your head? And how many reps can you do at the age of 3 by pressing me? Damn, you one mighty girl. Woo! When the camels had done drinking, camels, the man took a gold ring weighing a half a shekel and 2 bracelets for arms, weighing 10 golds, getting 10 gold shekels, and said, tell me whose daughter you are. So notice, she's there, not accompanied by her parents or her brother. She's all alone, talking to a stranger at the age of 3. 3 years old, right? Is there room in your father's house for us to lodge in? She said to him, I am the daughter of Bethuel, the son of Milcah, whom she bore to Nahor. Man, pretty intelligent 3-year-old. She knows all her history. She added, we have both straw and provender, enough and room to lodge in. Yep. She was on growth hormone, brother. She must be taking performance-enhancing drugs. Yeah, she was on growth hormone. She was ready for Miss Olympia at 3. Then the maiden ran. Now the 3-year-old's running. 3-year-old, after all day taking a jar of water, giving enough water for a flock of camels, she's still not tired at 3. So God knows how many hours it took for her to give enough water for the camels. She still has energy to run at 3. She's running. See, she was a triathlete. She was doing a triathlon. She was training for the Olympics, the Paddan Aram Olympic Games. So she's now running. Wow, girl, you ready to take on all them athletes. Man, that's some powerful growth hormone, girlfriend. Then the maiden ran. Yep, pre-workout, bro. Best pre-workout in town. And told her mother's household about these things. Rebekah had a brother whose name was Laban. And Laban ran out to the man, to the spring. When he saw the ring, now watch. You see how stupid this religion is to do this to our Bible? And the bracelets on her sister's arms. And when he heard the words of Rebekah's sister, thus the man spoke to me. He went to the man, and behold, he was standing by the camels at the spring. And Sarah, my master's wife, bore a son to my master when she was old, and to him he has given all that he has. My master made me swear, saying, you shall not take a wife for my son from the daughters of the Canaanites, in whose land I dwell, but you shall go to my father's house and to my kindred, and take a wife for my son. I said to my master, perhaps the woman will not follow me. Woman, huh? Not little girl, woman. But, 3-year-olds are women at that time. You guys understand the culture. If you're 3, you're a woman. But he said to me, the Lord Yahweh, before I walk, will send his angel, there's Jesus again, the messenger of the Father, with you and prosper your way. And you shall take a wife for my son, from my kindred, and from my father's house. Then you will be free from my oath when you come to my kindred. And if they will not give her to you, you will be free from my oath. Now watch. Hey, what Samson, dude? Forget about Samson. You guys thought Samson was amazing. Rebekah's mind-blowing. A 3-year-old carrying a water jar by herself and drawing water from a spring by herself, and then draws enough water for a flock of camels, which takes about 20 gallons for a camel to be satisfied by herself. And on top of that, she then runs back to her home. Dude, I was thinking Samson was amazing. She put Samson to shame, homie. Rebekah-son. Stop talking about Samson, talk about Rebekah-son. Now watch. I came today to the spring and said, O Lord, Yahweh, the God of my master Abraham, if now thou wilt prosper the way which I go, behold, I'm standing by the spring of water. Let the young woman, so she's not a toddler, but she's a young woman, meaning she's mature enough, a woman mature enough to have sex, because that's what the word alma means. To whom I shall say, pray, give me a little water from your jar to drink. And who will say to me, drink, and I'll draw for your camels also. Let her be the woman whom the Lord has appointed for my master's son. See, it's ridiculous, right? But we got to do this. We got to read so that Christians don't fall for this stupid nonsense, right? Before I had done speaking in my heart, behold, Rebekah came out with her water jar on her shoulder, and she went down to the spring and drew. So notice what a good brother lets a 3-year-old go out by herself with other women to draw water, instead of him, who's a mature man, young man, going out and doing it. This is child abuse. This is child neglect. You see what they're doing? The brother's sending out a 3-year-old to go draw water. He needs to be thrown in jail. That young girl needs to be protected. Where are you, DCFS? How are you letting this man do that to his young 3-year-old sister? She went down and drew, and I said to her, pray, let me drink. She quickly let down her jar from her shoulder and said, drink, and I will give your camels drink also. So I drank, and she gave the camels drink also. Then I asked her, whose daughter are you? Dude, she's a 3-year-old. What the hell's wrong with you? I taught a 3-year-old and having a 3-year-old, give water to your camels. She said, the daughter of Bathul, Nahor's son, whom Milcah bore to him. So I put the ring on her nose and the bracelets on her arms. That's the dowry. Then I bowed my head and worshiped the Lord and blessed the Lord, the God of my master Abraham, who led me by the right way to take the daughter of my master's kinsman for a son. Now then, if you'll deal loyally and truly with my master, tell me, and if not, if you're not going to give her to me, tell me that I may turn to the right hand or to the left. When Abraham's servant heard their words, he bowed himself to the earth before the Lord, Yahweh. And the servant brought forth jewelry of silver and of gold and raiment and gave them to Rebekah. He also gave to her brother and to her mother costly ornaments. This is the dowry, mahar, that they give. And he and the men who were with him ate and drank, and they spent the night there. When they arose in the morning, he said, send me back to my master. Brother and her mother said, let the maiden remain with us a while, at least 10 days. After that, she may go. So they're trying to delay her leaving, because once she goes, there is no internet. There is no FaceTime. They may not see her for years. That's it. Their daughter's gone. They may not see her again. But he said to them, do not delay me, since the Lord Yahweh has prospered my way. Let me go, that I may go to my master. They said, we will call the maiden and ask her. So we're going to ask her. We're going to ask a 3-year-old now, because she's Supergirl, Powerpuff Girl. And they called Rebekah and said to her, will you go with this man? You 3-year-old. You understand you're 3, but you have abilities that are beyond this world, because you came from a planet called Krypton, and you have a cousin named Kal-El, and Kal-El is in another planet, in another dimension. But one day, you little 3-year-old, you'll grow up and you'll meet your cousin Kal-El. So 3-year-old, you have mighty powers. You're able to carry a jar on your shoulder, 3-year-old, and draw water from a spring, 3-year-old, and you're able to satisfy a flock of camels with enough water, 3-year-old, and on top of that, you're able to run back home. So you are an amazing 3-year-old. You know you're not normal. You're supernatural, 3-year-old. So as a 3-year-old, you understand what we're saying. So 3-year-old, are you ready to go and be another man's wife at 3-year-old? So they sent away Rebekah, their sister, and her nurse. Right? Oh, she has a nurse. What nurse? No, it means even in the Islamic sources, you'll see that there are women who are in their teenage years and they still have a nurse that has been with them, accompanying them, even unto maidenhood. Okay? And Abraham's servant and his men, they blessed Rebekah and said to her, oh, sister, be the mother of thousands of 10,000. See, didn't we tell you you're supernatural, you 3-year-old? You're no ordinary 3-year-old. You're so amazing. You're going to have thousands of kids popping out of your womb because you are supernatural. The only thing you need to be careful of is kryptonite. But as long as you stand before the red sun, you will have the vitality to have tens of thousands of children with one shot. Isaac, when he consummates marriage, one shot, and you're going to be popping out thousands. Oh, you amazing 3-year-old you. Who is that? Eliezer? That's Isaac. Up, and away. And she flies, scoops up Isaac. Oh, yes, I'm an amazing 3-year-old. I am Supergirl. And my cousin is Kal-El. One day he will come looking for you, but don't worry. Because as a 3-year-old, I have the power to save you. Just now, let's consummate marriage, because I'm about to pop up thousands of children in the name of Allah and His Messenger. Now, Isaac had come from Bir Lahai Roy and was dwelling in the Negev. And Isaac went out to meditate in the field in the evening, and he lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, there were camels coming. And Rebekah lifted up her eyes, and when she saw Isaac, this 3-year-old, saw with her supervision, Eliezer, yes, I see a man at a great distance. How? Don't you know I have supervision? And I have X-ray vision too. You know, bionic man, I'm bionic woman, and Supergirl all in one. Look, up in the sky. It's camels. No. It's conies. No. It's hyenas. No. It's Supergirl. All right. Rebekah lifted up her eyes, and when she saw Isaac, she alighted from the camel. See, she flew up off the camel and said to the servant, "Who is the man yonder walking the field to meet us?" The servant said, "It is my master." So she took her veil and covered herself. So she covered herself like a ninja. Now watch the Muslims use that. You see? This is Islam. They practice Islam. See, Rebekah wore the hijab. She wore the niqab. See, Allahu Akbar. They prayed like Muslims, and the woman wore the veil like Muslims. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Finally, and the servant told Isaac and all the things that he had done. Then Isaac brought her into the tent and took Rebekah, and she became his wife, and he loved her. So Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. All right, so that's it. So now, are you guys convinced? Rebekah was 3 years old. She was a Muslimah who wore the hijab, the veil. In this Islamic fairy tale, in Islamic wonderland, Rebekah was 3, who had super strength. Maybe it was her genie was helping her. X-ray vision, and she wore a veil like a good Muslimah. So there you go.